So another news this week is that Xbox, they've launched a player voice system where they would gather the feedback from players, like the wishes from players. And one of the top requests is to actually have exclusives. So it's kind of,
Yeah.
I think console owners wants to feel special and wants to feel that they have access to exclusive content. Otherwise, what's the point of being a fan of PlayStation or a fan of Xbox? And
I do feel like if you're polling owners of Xbox consoles, you are not getting useful data.
Well, why are you saying that? Are you talking about the numbers, or what are you talking about, Dave?
Not very many of them, you know.
Come on, they still sold 30+ million, right? At this point, units.
I don't know. Let's see.
Have a look at the maybe VG charts can give you just
Xbox
like a
Series X sales.
But on this note, I feel like, again, from a brand perspective, and you did hit on it a bit, Andre and Dave, about 34 million. I mean, that's substantial. This is 5 years in. Is that correct? Are we 5 years in or into this generation, or 6?
2020, I think. Yeah.
2020, we're 6, and usually it's 7. Then there is the next one. So, but this,
we're done with usual. We were done with usual by the time the PS5 was launched. That was already a super long generation, like by any kind of like standard that we might have established over the years.
Yeah. I guess in some ways we miss the console wars, but I think this comes down to the brand identity. What is that? Like, why am I committing to this platform versus that platform? And I know that the last couple of years, that barrier is kind of like, being grayed out or disappearing. Does it need to come back for a platform holder to be successful?
It can't come back. There's too many games.
But if the games are only available on this specific platform, isn't that a reason enough?
But there's thousands of games elsewhere, many of them awesome. I just feel like you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube anymore. Exclusives were really important when there just were a lot fewer games, and you wanted to play the cool games, and there's only so many of them.
Yep.
No one wants for cool games on any platform, anywhere.
That is fair. And I think it becomes harder argument as well, to your point that, if a machine costs, what are they now? $700, $800, something like that? That's a harder sell.
Yep. Might as well just buy a PC and then you can play. I mean, again, like, yeah, you can't play the only company that has managed to keep the exclusives relevant and meaningful is Nintendo.
Yeah. I have to agree on that as well. Nintendo have been able to protect the ecosystem, so to say.
Yeah.
But that has a cost as well, which of course is that they are lacking games outside of their own games.
Yep. Yeah. And we're constantly seeing these re-releases.
I played Pragmata on Switch 2, and it was great. So that is really kind of affecting the way that I think of my Switch 2 as something that can play cross-platform AAA.